Are we filming? Yes, we are. So welcome to another video. This is going to be a short one, but an important one. And I'm recording this at the beginning of the year 2024. It's I want to talk about a frustration that I have, and it's to do with diaries. I use different diaries. I quite like using my own rolling diary. So this is one I use. This is my main diary, if you like. At the moment, I'm using an Atoma disc-bound notebook, if you like, where I just write the date at the top, and then that's a Friday, the next day is a Saturday, so you can see that I've got lots of real estate here, and I can, if for any reason I need more than one sheet, if more than one page, I just turn over and there it is. And if I need more than one sheet, then I can just add one in at the appropriate point. So this works very, very well for me. It's a rolling diary, which means that I typically in this notebook, I only have a rolling 30-day diary, which works very, very well. But I have diaries for different purposes. One of which is a business diary, one of which is a YouTube video diary, and I find them very, very useful. When I use a standard Filofax diary, this is the ignore the fact it's 2007. This is just I've just pulled this Filofax Domino, which is a new one. Well, it was new back in 2007, which I just have in my collection for illustrative purposes. But I have just ordered from Filofax themselves one of these diaries, and but in both personal size and, somewhat unusually for me, in pocket size as well, which I'm going to put in a vintage. I think they're vintage. Vintage Filofax Kensington, which I'm just exploring. I'm just exploring the options because I like to have more than one diary, and also I'm experimenting so you don't have to. I know that sounds a bit pretentious, but I don't mean it to be like that. I like to chop and change naturally. It's no effort for me because I get quite bored quite easily and my attention is distracted, and I'm constantly experimenting with different aspects of paper-based productivity, especially with diaries. That's what we call them in the UK, but it's effectively a calendar or agenda, if that's more appropriate to your neck of the woods, as we say in the UK. But the reason for this, it's not a moan, it's just an observation. But this is an issue that I have every year, and that is if I want to have I like Filofax paper, I like Filofax diaries. They're very clear, they're nicely set out. I typically will have, in terms of a Filofax diary, I will have a week on 2 pages like this. It's a good example. Although I'm not so keen on the multinational thing, because I'm unlikely to ever need that. But that's a minor issue. But I just double checked today. I just double checked by emailing Filofax themselves. And I said, when will when will Filofax diaries for 2025 be available? Now, as we know, you can buy planners that extend into the forthcoming year. But if you look at the Filofax website, I'm recording this in January of 2024. And I know what you're going to say. You're shouting at the screen and saying, well, just get one from Exi. There are independent third-party retailers that will supply you with a 2025 diary. No problem at all, in various sizes, personal, A5, who knows. But this is the issue. This is the issue I have with the market leader, i.e. Filofax. They don't subscribe to the notion that you might want to have a 12-month diary. They will sell you a 12-month diary. They won't sell. They don't sell anything such as a 1 month or a 2 month or a 7 month or a 9 month diary. When you buy a diary from them, it's a 12-month diary. It typically starts in January and finishes in December. Although recently, and I've not tried it yet, but it sounds great. If you wanted to make your own personal diary, you could specify any date that you wanted. You could start it in September. You could make it go from September to August if you wanted, which is great. So that would be one way round it, to order a diary starting January 2005, and order it in January 2004. You could do that. Although when I tried to do that, it wouldn't let me. You could only order it somewhat incongruously 11 months in advance. I tried filling out one of these custom diary order forms, and back in November, and it would only allow me to start 11 months ahead, not 12 months ahead, which I thought was a bit strange, but maybe it was a bit of a teething trouble, perhaps. But they got back to me today and said that the 2025 diaries, they said, they're very, very helpful, actually. They said, what diary do you want? And I said, week on 2 pages, personal size, please, English. And they said, it will appear on their website in April. But if they can produce it in April, why wait till April? Why not have the foresight to issue it now? And I'll tell you why that's important. Just say you have your Filofax right now and you're going for, you're going for a meeting, and that is an annual meeting, and you ask the convener of the meeting, when will next year's meeting be? And he'll say, it'd be 18th of January. So you go to your Filofax, and then you realise that that's January 2025. So you then try and order a diary from Filofax, and you can't do it. You have to make a temporary note of your appointment for 18th of January 2025. You have to store it up in some way. You have to write a separate note, and then put another note in your diary in April to remember to order a 2025 diary when they come out in April 2024. It just seems to be a bit of a nonsense that you just can't rely on the notion of planning 12 months in advance. You can plan 12 months in advance on January the 1st, 364 days, but you're creeping into territory where at the end of January, your rolling diary is only 11 months. In February, it's only 10. In March, it's only 9. In April, finally, it's 8. But the very point of having a diary, I would respectfully suggest, if anyone's listening or looking or watching this video who has the power to do something about this, the very, very point of having a diary is to jot down things that are going to happen in the future. And ideally, we would like, certainly I would like, to jot down things on in 12 months' time, not 12 months' time some of the time and as little as 8 months of the time some of the rest of the time, because that's just a nonsense. I mean, that's, to be honest, that's one of the reasons why I have a rolling diary. It's one of the reasons why I also use Apple's calendar app, because you can put things on there that are like 5 years in advance, 20 years in advance if you want. But it just seems a shame that Filofax themselves don't publish the 2025 diary in January 2024. That's what I'm saying, and that's my gripe, if you like, because it only takes one disappointment and realization that that's not going to be something you can achieve for you to then find a way around it, either going digital, perish the thought, or going to a third-party supplier, maybe on Etsy, that sort of thing, or find some sort of Heath Robinson way of jotting down and making a note to add to your diary when you get your new diary, when you can, and then make a note in April to find out when you can get the diary that you really should have had in January, but you have to wait until April. So that's all I'm that's all I'm going to say. I think it's a shame, but I am going to be using 2 Filofax diaries in 2 different formats this coming year, pocket size and personal size. The personal size is going to go into my Frankenfax, and the pocket size is going to go into, at least some of the time, it's going to go into my Pocket Kensington. But I'm also going to try out my new old stock pocket size twin lock binder, which probably is about 50 years old but brand new. Very, very nice. Krauss rings, minimalist, no pockets, perfect, absolutely perfect. Can you tell I'm excited about this one? So I'm chopping and changing, but I will report back on the trials and tribulations of my my diary saga. But there's a lot happening. But this year I thought I would go back to the traditional week on 2 pages, which I'm looking forward to doing. And it gave me an opportunity to test their new fountain friendly paper, which they're making quite a lot of. They're advertising the fact that it's fountain pen friendly. Well, that is going to be subject to testing with various inks as soon as I can get hold of it. So that's going to be one of the videos that I make very, very shortly, maybe within a week or 2. That's going to be interesting to see whether their claims live up to the reality of the paper. But in the meantime, can I wish you all a happy new year if this is your first video of the year from me, and I'm actually looking forward to making quite a few more videos this year. My aim is maybe 200. I've made 213 in the last 2.5 years, but I'm aiming to make quite a few more this year. So my target is 200. So between three and four a week. Some will be very, very short. Some will be ridiculously long. But I'm stepping up the gear now. Now that I've my cough is taken. I'm waffling now. I'm digressing, but as you know, I've had a cough for the last nearly 2 months, but it's gradually disappeared, and so I'm raring to go. So looking forward to that. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.